life. Welcome today, family. How is the new year going? New year and the new era, the new season that we can find ourselves. I want to remind us that hope this year is the year that you can feel comfortable on yourself. You can feel comfortable by yourself, by your whole company. You shouldn't be afraid. You shouldn't want to escape you sitting by yourself without doing anything, without you not pressing your cell phone or the iPad. The more you stay by yourself, I realize that the more I stayed by myself, the more I started getting more clarity. The more I started receiving messages. Before, I thought that it was a natural thing, that this is just how we are made, how we are formed within our body. Then later on, I found out that I'm receiving messages. I'm receiving message from the higher self. I was receiving message from my higher self, from that voice that I have been silenced, that I have been keeping it silence and occupying its space with other noises around me, with other words, with other film show, with some other activities. I may not know that I'm actually, and there's someone, there's something, there's one being in me, there's one being in me really speaking to me. So I started, okay. Then I realized that whenever I now stay more by myself, and after realizing that this stuff is really real. This thing is really real. So the more I can off my music, the more I can turn off the computer once in a while and make everywhere quiet. I started receiving more message. And as you can see, most of what I always talk about on this my channel, it's not that I got the message or one person told me, or I go and read one book before I come and talk about it. No. I always receive that message. Whenever I hear that message, when I'm in silence, when I am in my silence moment, those messages always come, then I write it down. So I can share it with you, family. I can share those words. And there are many messages. There are many messages that I'm receiving. Then I will share it with you, family. So learn to stay by yourself. Learn to stay by yourself. It's not that you are alone. It's not that you are alone. It's not that you are not lonely. No, you are not lonely. No one is lonely. No one is lonely in this our universe, because even though you don't have friends, even though you don't have family member around you, the people out there are there for you. The people out there are your family. The people out there are your village. So staying by yourself is what will make you start thinking wise, to make you start thinking more wisely. And if you think about this, the more you can stay alone with yourself, the more messages, the more you will liberate yourself, the more you will find yourself, the more you will find your true purpose, the more you will start getting into what you are really interested in. Because those times that you are alone, that is when you are doing your best. That is what you are doing, what you are called to do here on earth. That is when you are receiving those messages that others need, that you must share with them and you must do for the society at large. So don't be afraid to be alone. Don't be afraid to be alone. When you see, the most time that we go alone, most times is when we are really asleep. When we are asleep, when we go to bed at night, we see that we are alone those moments. Even though our husband, our wife or your husband can even lay his hand on you, you still be alone. You still go and be alone when you are asleep. And in our dream world, that is when you will start seeing another real world. That is when you start going beyond this our head, beyond this our reality that we are seeing. And there is whereby the subconscious mind take control of our entire body. So deep down, we are not really asleep. We are not really asleep because we are only resting. In this world, a man can only be dead or awake. Even though we think that we are sleeping, we are still awake. But we are not alone. We are alone. We are not alone. That is what I want to just bring out. We are alone those times that we are sleeping. The subconscious mind is the one that will come and start showing you different things. Start reflecting the things that you have done through the day. It will start reflecting back to you like a cinema hall. Your past life that you yourself, you won't imagine that you have lived this kind of life. You have gone to the space. You have traveled to different places. You are acting films. You are communicating with millions of people. So don't be afraid to be alone again. When you are alone, is that time that you get the downloads from the universal cosmos. When you are alone, is when you will know and start getting those messages about the right thing that you should do. And you start getting into intuition. You go into your intuition mode when you are alone. You start seeing what you have done wrong. Then the correction to those things that you have done wrong will be coming to you. So you wouldn't need to go and buy stuff, to go and read millions of books before you apply a certain things to your life. Everything is in here. Everything is in here. And when we're alone, we come to find that out. More better. Okay, family. As you can see today, I'm with the glove. It is so freezing out here. It is freezing out here in nature and also outside. Okay, family. Now I'll go and warm myself up. We'll speak later. Don't be afraid to be alone. Being alone don't mean you are lonely. No. The good life